Take one.
I can't believe I'm doing this.
Take two.
Hi. Hey. How you doing? Match day came around. I would see on Instagram people posting, oh, I matched. And I was like, congratulations. Like, oh my God, this is wonderful. Like, I don't know what I'm congratulating you on.
You keep showing me love, and you never put God, is just me and you are all I care about.
Hi, my name is Jane. I am a regular girl from the DMV who just happened to get into med school and is about to graduate and become a doctor. God is good, God is good. After that TikTok ban scare, I realized, yeah, let me take my talents to YouTube.
You serious?
I got my notebook, listen. We're gonna discuss, honey. So when I got my first C on my transcript, I was devastated. I said, this is literally the end. I cannot get into med school. And that's because all the blogs you see online tell you
need A's and B's and a perfect GPA to get into med school. If you don't have that, it's impossible. You're not getting in.
Child, why did I listen to them blogs? There are ways around it. You can take a gap year and spend your gap year getting clinical hours, getting clinical knowledge, working. You can retake the class. You can do a post-bac program. You can go into a master's. There are so many ways around it. There's not one straight shot way to get into medical school. Growing up, I think we just know MD. But as I started the process of applying, I realized there's MD, there's DO, there's DPM, which is like podiatry. And I just didn't know there were so many routes to become a doctor. Coming in, I thought it was normal to be a first generational medical student. Nope, you are actually the odd one out. It's quite normal to be from a family of doctors. That's the normal. I'm the minority. A lot of your classmates are gonna come from a family of doctors. So they're used to this. They know all these stuff. Me, somebody like me, I ain't know what none of this is. Listen, I barely knew what match was.
I don't know how I feel about that.
What y'all talking about? Oh yeah, my dad's a cardiologist. My mom's friend, yeah, she hooked me up with a summer internship with her buddy at the hospital. It's a lot of that. I didn't know there were multiple board exams you have to take before you graduate. Like, I heard of step one, cool, but I thought it was just step one. Like, literally after, because you take step one after your second year, and then step two, level two after your third year. So after we finish step, and mind you, step one is one of the hardest, if not, I think it is the hardest exam, like licensing exam you can take in the US. I will double check that, but I think it is. And so after you pass that hurdle, you're like, oh my gosh, you see that pass? You're like, I never have to take a board exam again. Cool. One day I was talking to some, now that I was with 30, I was talking to some fourth years and they're like giving us some tips. And I'm thinking about like, what are these tips for? And they're like, for your next board exam. And I'm like, oh, like after graduation? They're like, no. And I was like, oh, so I gotta do this again. Like what I just did last year, I'm doing this again. We running it back. So there's more than one board exam before you graduate. And mind you, you gotta pay for them. These exams are they're not cheap. Like $600. $600 at least. On top of that, you gotta get UWorld. You gotta get Pathoma. You gotta get first aid, Boards and Beyond. You gotta get your resources. All of these cost money. Money. I didn't know all of these things would be adding up like this in school. Hey. The good thing is that step two, level two, once you pass step one and level one, it's easier to study for the second set of board exams. Generally easier because you know how things go, you know how it is. Just to warn you as well, the board exams are 9 hours long. So if you want to go to med school, just know you'll be taking a lot of exams, especially the first 2 years and then those board exams. Nobody likes taking exams. Don't let people fool you. just know that you're going to have to take a lot of exams when you get into school. I didn't know what matching was. I would see, when match day came around, I would see on Instagram people posting, oh, I matched. And I was like, congratulations. Like, oh my God, this is wonderful. Like, I don't know what I'm congratulating you on. I was just congratulating you because I know it's a happy moment, but I didn't know what I was congratulating you on. I didn't know like you have to go through the process of sending in an application, going through interviews of whatever specialty you want to match in, deciding that specific specialty via clinical rotations of what you want to specialize in. I didn't know all of this was a process. I thought you go to medical school, 4 years of medical school, and then you do residency. And then, like, I didn't know you have to apply for residency and then you match into a program that matches you. And the algorithm, child, I'm still trying to figure that one out. Matching is basically after you do your interviews, I match who I want, what the programs I want to train at. And after those interviews, those same programs that interviewed you, they're going to rank you as well. So then you guys are both going to submit a rank list. And based on what your preference is, if you put down a program that also puts you down, no matter where you are on their list, you are going to match at that program, and then you are going to go train at that program in your in your specialty that you would like to train in, whether it's surgery, OB-GYN, internal medicine, pediatrics. That's what matching is. I'm learning as I'm going through the process. Before that, you ask me what matching is, I'll tell you I don't know. My DA, I don't know. We all in this together. We learning together. My parents, my friends, my cousins, my family, we learning together, okay? I'm gonna end with this. You can still have a life in med school.
I beg your pardon. I beg your pardon.
You can still have a life in med school. Yes, you can. I didn't think you could coming in, but I was proven wrong. Listen, med students are not robots, okay? We don't just study. Okay, well, let me take that back. Let me take that back. Most med students are not robots. We don't just study day in, day out. You have a life. You can indulge in your hobbies, travel, see family when you can. It is inevitable that you will miss some milestone events. I'm not saying that you will not, because you definitely will. You cannot make everything. It's impossible with the schedule we have in med school. What I am saying is that it's also very possible to still have a life outside of med school. I can't believe these words are about to come out of my mouth right now. But like, comment, and subscribe.
Who's calling it? Who's calling it?
What type of stuff do you guys want to see? Like story time, testimonies, day in the life vlogs. So y'all let me know in the comments. I can't believe I'm saying these words right now. God is good.